Welcome to Student Connections, where students connect with their community.
Hello and welcome to Student Connections on M6, your hometown station. I'm Kat Laurie, and with us today is Director of Marysville's Department of Public Works, Mr. Barry Kreiner. Thank you for coming in.
Absolutely, thank you. Thanks for the invite.
Yep. Can you tell us more about what your department exactly does?
Sure. Our department kind of is everything that you see from around the community, from maintaining the parks to cemetery, to all the road work, to water mains, to sewer transmission lines, to all the city buildings. I know I'm missing a bunch, but I mean, if there's something out there that needs to be done, my department's usually the ones to assist in it or do it.
Yeah, that sounds very important. I'm sure this time of year is spent keeping the roads clear and safe for us to drive on. Who makes the decision to start plowing and sending in workers as needed?
Well, there's a couple different ways that that decision's made. One, if it's during the week and during our regular working hours, myself, Craig Hof, which is a supervisor, Brian Wilson, which is a working foreman, has a decision when to send out the guys and how many guys we do send out. And what we do have for a good checks and balance, I mean, we're not always around and we're not always awake, so the police department has a big role in that. So if there's something after hours or on the weekends, typically they'll be the ones that call out and decide when the roads need to be salted.
So there were several roads that needed repairing last summer, am I correct? Are there any roads being planned for repair this summer?
There are some being prepared for the summer. How much, I don't know. It depends on what we have left over for fund balances and what Mayor and Council decide to allocate for budgets this year. I don't think it's going to be as large of a project as what we did last year, but it will certainly be a substantial portion of a project out there, and the community will benefit from it.
Yeah, I hope it does. And who makes the decision on when the roads get fixed and how much will be spent on it?
Before, there was not necessarily a set procedure in place, and a couple years ago we went through with some in-house DPW labor, and we went and got trained. We went out and we assessed every single road, and we kind of put a 20-year plan in place, and we go by that sheet because it rates every road and where they rank, tells you what type of deterioration they're in, but we also we decide where's our best bang for the buck. So it's not always fixing the worst road out there. It's also sometimes we can do some preservation work and save the life of the road a lot sooner.
Yeah, well, I heard you guys use this new seal treatment like you did last summer.
That's true.
Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah. It hasn't really been done in northern climates a whole lot, and there's been a few studies done in Indiana and Wisconsin, and it showed that it holds up pretty well. So we decided, and we do have a really talented staff at the DPW, so we decided to try to do this in-house, which was pretty successful. It's called a liquid seal road treatment, and really it's nothing more than you drive a great big squeegee machine with some road sealant on there that has a bunch of fibers and stuff in it to make it last longer, and there's also some sand in there. And so far it's holding up really well through the winter, and I know that we'll be doing some more in the future.
Well, it sounds like it'll be very beneficial for our community.
It will.
Well, how do you maintain with the country and the state to maintain bigger roads like Gratiot and Range?
Well, Gratiot and Range are covered under the County Road Commission. What we do take care of are the grassy portions in between and or the bike paths in between. That's part of our project that we take care of. So, you know, we have some piece of equipment to go out and plow the bike paths, and then we just cut the grass. As far as what the county and the state does for their road clearing or maintenance, they have their own in-house crews, and they're funded through the state.
Wow. That sounds like it's a big part of what you do at the DPW.
It is. It is.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kreiner, and we'll be back after these messages.
Being a gold medalist skier requires a lot of hard work, intense training, and time outside on the mountain. But taking care of my skin is easy and doesn't affect my performance. Every day I apply sunscreen and wear protective gear. I know protecting my skin will help prevent skin cancer and avoid wrinkles. I get my skin checked regularly by a dermatologist. 1 in 5 Americans will develop some form of skin cancer in their lifetime. My name is Julia Mancuso, and I'm wearing orange to help put a spotlight on skin cancer.
114th Infantry Company, Iraq.
The memories are all blurred.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
The words, they're hard to find.
I came back a different person.
I wonder if she's better off without me.
You just feel alone.
You gave all to the cause of freedom. Now it's our turn to give our all to you. It's free and totally confidential. Reach us at operationnotforgotten.com. We are here.
Welcome back to Student Connections with our guest, Mr. Kreiner. I've seen a lot of work happening at the riverfront recently. Can you tell us more about the development project?
Sure. I guess our first development project we had down there was restoring the failing seawall, which turned into a living shoreline project. That was in about 2013. And recently we've done some work along the beach area, the beach parking lot, the area behind the water plant. We turned that parking lot into kind of a pocket park, and we still have some more work to be done down there. There's some picnic tables, there's some benches, and there's also some canopy umbrellas that are going up there. Along with that, we updated the bathrooms, made them ADA compliant. We also put a fish cleaning area in, and there's a two-tiered younger kids and older kids play set that's down there on a rubberized play pad, which is pretty cool. If you walk on it, it's really spongy. And then we're also going to have a concession stand down there.
That's great. I do spend a lot of time down there during the summer, and so I'd like to see it cleaned up and nice like it is right now.
Yeah.
What other type of work does your staff perform now that used to be contracted out to construction companies?
We do all the sidewalk repair work in-house now. We do a lot of road repair work in-house now. There's a lot of things that we can do. We try to do a little bit of everything. Then we just see if we're competitive, if we can be cheaper than what we would if we went out to a contract company. What we do is we do provide a lot of in-kind labor for all the grants that we've received over the years. So we've built bridges, we've done a lot of demo, a lot of removal of parking lots, but I guess our number one things that we really are good at is concrete work, and that's either in the sidewalks or out in the roadway.
Well, when you say we, how many exactly people are there in your department?
Currently we have, I think we have 16 full-time employees. We also have myself, 2 supervisors, and a couple secretarial staff. And then in the summertime, we hire typically 8 to 10 college students or students that have just graduated high school but are going to college. And they usually do a lot of the weed whacking, the painting, the weed pulling, all kinds of stuff, a lot of push lawn mowing.
Yeah, well, I've heard your staff has been pretty active in raising money and donating food to the SOS food pantry.
That's true. This year was our second year. And it was kind of on a whim how we did it 2 years ago. And we raised just over a ton of food. And the money, it's not a lot of money that we raise, but it does help out in every way that's possible. And then this year we had, I didn't think we were going to be able to beat the 1 ton of food that we collected from the year prior, although we came in and we got over 3,000 pounds of food this year. So it's just a good team building experience. Yeah,
that's a great thing for our city. When you need new equipment, how do you request it from City Council?
What we do is at the budget time, we'll explain to them that, this is what we're looking at replacing. There is kind of a schedule on when some of the equipment is replaced. It's not just, every 6th year we get a new dump truck, or, every 8th year we get a new pickup truck or whatever. We do actually rate each vehicle, and we check and see how much the repairs were done to it, how much those repairs cost us, and we also want to see what the useful life of the piece of equipment is.
Well, besides your work in the DPW, I know you also serve on Marysville Schools Board of Education.
I do.
Have you enjoyed that experience?
I have. I have a lot to learn, but I do really like being on the school board. One real eye-opener is being on the other side of the table. You know, when I say that, I mean for my position that I have now, I sit and answer to the city council. So being on the school board, I ask staff, you know, questions, and I'm having a hard time with that, but I really do find it rewarding. I enjoy helping the kids, and I really do think it helps out in the long run, but I also enjoy helping out the staff that works for the Marysville school districts.
Well, January is School Board Appreciation Month, so we would like to thank you and other board members of education for serving our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been Student Connections on M6, your hometown station.